Hello, and welcome to Scarlet Serpent Readings. Thank you for joining me for today's timeless mini collective reading, where we will be looking at how you can activate and harness your inner dragon fire. So, I was gonna describe what the dragon fire is, but I think it'd be better for you to decide what that is. So whatever you believe the dragon fire to be is perfect, actually. So we have life on earth, which is the world card, and then the ace of pentacles, but this looks like a wands, and then we have the peacemaker. Hopefully you could see those okay, because from what I'm looking at, it's kind of hard to, as far as the recording goes. But anyway, to activate your dragon fire, it's actually very straightforward. It's connecting to the earth. That's how you do it. I think in this case, it's Kundalini energy that we're talking about here, but specifically kind of embracing Gaia, the earth, as an entity, and kind of tapping into that as often as possible. It's kind of like setting aside time for yourself through meditation, through to your spirit guides, or mediumship. So I guess in the same way as a spiritual practice, setting aside a time to connect very deeply with earth and kind of sit in meditation with it, because that's where I think the dragon fire comes from, is the earth, and that energy from the core rises up through your chakras. We have the ace of birds, so 2 aces here. I think after you take this time to do this, you'll get inspired to do something new, to share something new, to move through life in a different way with new energy, but also balance. I think in this case, it's balancing wisdom, knowledge with something that is visible and can be appreciated on the earth plane physically. We have the phoenix and the geomancer. So I think the peacemaker and geomancer are in the same suit, but I'm actually positive. And it is the queen, and this is some other, probably a knight or something, but anyway, it looks like a union here. So for some of you, this could have to do with a twin flame, soulmate. That sort of connection is very intense, and I think in a way this creation has to do with 2 different people. Otherwise it would be like a connection within yourself. 2 very different parts of you, though. One that wants to be more free, and one that wants to be safe and secure and have a foundation. And part of this is, I think once this union is made, then you'll have kind of the channels to bring this dragon fire up and out into the world. This is an interesting card here. It's not a dragon, but I could pretend it is, because but it's a bird. I mean, it has the wings and it has the fire there, and I think this is the path to at least activating the dragon fire within you. Part of it is nurturing yourself, so I think treating your body with the same respect you would, hopefully, planet Earth, because that could easily be overlooked, especially in the spiritual community, where it's all about raising the vibrations and like astral projecting or something like that, but not to overlook the sacred body, because that's kind of how, in a way, your connection with Earth would reflect your connection with your body. And I think through this activation, I think you'll be able to harness the energy very easily. You'll know what to do, as a byproduct of getting this energy in a way. So, and we'll look deeper into this with these. So this is a different, this is kind of like a random extra card in the deck. Let's move all this up. Oops. Feels to me like forging your own path, though. And maybe once you've had this sort of dragonfire activation within you, you'll know what path to take. But ultimately, I mean, it could be kind of daunting to know that you could do literally anything you want, and almost being afraid to take action because you don't know which way is the right way. But when you believe in not only yourself, but the guidance of this energy, the flow of that energy within you that you tap into, it's kind of like you could follow that energy as a current, really, and you'll know when you're against that current. And this isn't just like going with the flow, but this is kind of like maybe an enhanced version or something, where once you've tapped into that dragon fire, that kind of kundalini, you'll almost be pushed towards something in particular, something that really aligns with both aspects of who you are, and both desires that you have, materially, maybe building something, and then the other one would be with the Ace of Birds being the Ace of Swords, some intellectual thing that you want to channel down, because this could also be kind of like a channeling from Spirit card with the Hierophant. So it's kind of like channeling this experience maybe into something, but it's kind of like the world would open up to you as you open up to the world. And this could be kind of literal, at least for this particular reading, if you're watching and are interested. Yeah, the unknown. So this is an unknown card. This is an unknown card. But I mentioned that current that you would follow, and you'd follow it, but it's something that's set by you in a way. So again, with this kind of like reuniting with yourself, with the self that is the energy that flows within the planet, that flows within you. So it's more of an alignment of these things. We have the Two of Embers, which is the Two of Wands. I'm going to clarify that, this one. Yeah, it's kind of like you are the answer within yourself. Definitely that mirror energy, this mirror. I mean, you could even consider these two to be a mirror in a way in this reading. At least the way I see it is that's, you could look in the outside world for answers about your internal world. And I feel like this inner dragon fire is the way it goes through your body, and you live in that mindset, in that energy, is when those two are really connected, when you're truly connected to your internal and outside world as the same thing. That's kind of what I'm getting with these two, and with the swan too, is not just seeing the reflection, but acknowledging it as a reality, at least within your mind. And I think that opens doors. But the confidence comes from that inner dragon fire, that kundalini, that the life force that you feel in your body and in the outside world, the recognition that it's the same life force. And the spirit plane. This is an extra card, the Protector. I think that might be kind of the dragon realm or your spirit guides stepping in throughout this journey. But I'm going to put this card back because it did fall out. But I think with the spirit plane being here and the phoenix, as well as the two of what? This is the Empress card, but you really want to channel something from Spirit, and Spirit wants to channel something through you. So that desire is mutual. And once you reach this point, it'll become effortless, an effortless stream of ideas and creativity. Oh yeah, this one. Sometimes you get stuck in not knowing which direction to take regarding a lot of different things. And it's almost like the less you think about it, the easier that decision is to them. Where's the aura? So this is the Strength card. But it seems to me that this is kind of a creation too. I could see it as almost, you could say, aliens pushing life throughout here. You could see like a serpent energy. So you could see this swirls as creation throughout this whole reading. And kind of see creation there, here. So when it's flowing in one direction, and then there's swirls. So the swirls would be when you are feeling truly connected to the planet, when you're in your Kundalini energy. And I think those swirls are really, really divine inspiration. So just kind of, I guess, when it comes to making your decisions, recognize those divine swirls, recognize those really, really strong desires to make things happen, and notice how easily, at least once you get into a flow of things, how easily those things manifest. Not only that, but the reaction to those things, if not through other people, from yourself. How do you feel about the product that you've made when you're in this sort of channeling energy? And I think that'll make this two of Wands a bit easier. But let's get an oracle card or two just to close out this reading about activating and harnessing your dragon fire. Although a lot of this has to do with kind of what would happen if you did that. We have Silver, Warrior of Light, and then Leadership. Answer the call. This is funny because it's been really shoved in my face. It was actually, there's back and front. It was up front, flipped up. It fell out twice, so I guess this needs to be here, this Leadership card, and that would just be telling of your potential to be a leader. And also with the Warrior of Light, I get the same energy, but I also see a tie to this, to the Ace of Swords. So there's something, again, that you want to, I think, bring down some of that wisdom that you get from the spirit plane. I think, again, this is probably a group that connects to spirits often, does mediumship, channeled something, and you want to bring down that knowledge, but also share it and not be afraid of stepping into the darkness and the light. So kind of recognizing the value in all of the shadow work you've done, and it's kind of like showing the planet in a way that we all have that shadow, that we all share the same experience in one way or another. But there's a lot of big energy here, and that big energy wants to move through you. So as you take the time to connect with the planet, connect with yourself, you'll have the confidence to move forward as a leader, which I think is something you're meant to do, if you choose to, of course. So hopefully you enjoyed this mini collective reading, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.